Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Real Talk with Delphine. Today, we're actually live. Oh no, we're at the event center. See, that happens all the time. We're at the event center, and we're recording with Cyllia because we're going to be out next week, and so we'll be playing this the following Thursday. But we're really excited to talk to you about Cyllia and what she does in Montrose, what she does for our community, and how we can support her. So, Cyllia, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yes.
I'm really excited.
Good. Well, so tell me a little bit more about yourself.
First of all, I'm a mother and a wife, and I think that's super important to try to find a balance in business. But secondly, I own Cyllia Lynn Photography. And I do in-studio and on-location shoots all throughout Montrose and the Western Slope.
Very nice. So photography is really interesting to me because I have a hard time. And I think many women have that issue, but I have a hard time getting photographed or even taking photos of myself. And so I end up never being on photos because I like to highlight everybody else.
Right.
So how do you focus on a person and bring their personality? Tell me, what's your focus when you photograph someone?
I try to capture essence. And I know that we're all really complex creatures. So the biggest thing to me is building a relationship. So in order to get someone to have a genuine facial expression and body language, it's really important for me to meet with them and go over all the details. So clothing and hair, location, but also like how they envision being photographed. You know, I do a lot of different genres. So each session is created around what you're looking for. And I want to highlight that and show you your true beauty in every woman. I mean, I think as mothers, especially for me, I know that it's been hard to just accept how my body has changed through the years.
Oh, man.
So I'm also able to pose women in a flattering way, just get a really good connection.
Yes, so I definitely struggle with that. I'm not going to lie. I think, and I actually read a great article about a man who had complained to his photographer. His wife gave him a boudoir shoot, and the photographer had erased all of her stretch mark and photoshopped it all. And he said, that's not my wife.
Exactly.
I love her stretch mark. I love that it reminds me of her scarring is from something that happened, whether it's a surgery or something that we went through together, and it brings memories for me. And
it's our story to tell.
I know, and we do tell our stories with our bodies, and I still, though, struggle with it, and it's really difficult to accept it. So I love that you do that. I want to thank you for that. And a couple of weeks ago, I had Faultless on my talk, and you told me that really resonated with your why, and kind of, well, to quote you, you said a slap in the face, which I was like, oh my God, what did I do?
No, I'm really happy that there's some more light brought to that. I think wise change in your business, just based on your own life in the moment, right? But watching that, it did smack me in the face because it helped me realize why it's so important what I do. That as a survivor myself, I have struggled, like I said, with body dysmorphia, feeling unworthy of love and acceptance, and I think that's just why I really love what I do. Is I get to give these women and myself too, like it's a bonding moment for us to build each other's confidence and to have that vulnerability. And that's why I also take pride on creating a safe space, because I have had many clients come in with a similar background, and they're just wanting to feel beautiful and to love who they see in the mirror. You are loved. You were made perfectly, and
so are you.
Yes, I just want everyone to know that, men and women, children, God made you perfect. So you should not hide in shame. And I think that I did that for a while. Sorry, I'm like emotional. This is a little bit overwhelming with a bunch of people watching. And my daughter is here, and
she's so proud. She was taking videos, and she's so excited for you.
I want to do something too that my children are proud of. You know, I don't want them to see me just struggle with myself or my own acceptance or constantly getting on the scale. I think that was a big thing growing up, is that everyone in my family was on a diet and you had to look a certain way. But being a sexual assault survivor, I love the word survivor again.
I do too.
It changes your whole outlook on things, and you want to reach people and to let them know that they're not alone.
Yeah.
And just creating a safe space for women to be vulnerable is really important to me.
Well, and I'm actually frazzled myself.
Sorry.
No need to be sorry. I really do love to have these conversations, and I know I've had a lot of response from Faultless and their talk. So just to remind everybody, this Saturday, April 22nd, starting at 2 p.m., downtown Montrose and Mosaic, we will be celebrating survivors, but everyone is welcome. And that's what I love that event. No means no, that's what we'll be focusing on, but we will be also just focusing on supporting survivors. Everyone is welcome. Everyone should be there. Honestly, whether you're a survivor or you know a survivor, you don't need to share your story. You don't need to say a word, but you can support survivors. And even if you've been through it, but you don't want to talk about it, you can be in the presence of other survivors and relate to what they've been through. I know I could definitely use that. And I think there is not one woman that I know that hasn't been through it, which is a really awful statistics.
Absolutely.
We both have daughters, and I think that's terrifying as a mom. Absolutely. To realize that it happens so many times. So I think that standing up to it, raising awareness, and educating our boys who will become men that no means no is crucial. But I also love that you take it a step further by really bringing this love of themselves for women who have been through that. And men, I mean, some men have been through that as well. I don't want to ignore that. It's a majority of women, but men do go through it. They just don't speak up as much, I think. But I do love that. So tell me more about this. Let's lighten it up a little bit. Yes. This is heavy. So let's focus on your work.
Okay.
So perfect. I want to show a few things that you do, like this thing. Tell me about that.
That is a mini accordion album, and
it's on
it
both
comes
sides.
with not all of my sessions, but some of them have it. You can absolutely purchase them.
It's adorable.
It's so cute. Yes.
It has a little heart. Oh, there we go. It's so soft. It has a little heart on it, and you can just show off your family, and it's really, really cool. I love it.
It's a great portfolio to take with me. They're like, "What do you do?" I say, "This.
This is what I do.
This is what I do."
I love that.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
Here's my card. Call
me.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. I love that so much. And then, so do they have to specifically ask you to do it?
With some of the sessions, they're included, so they just have to go on their gallery and mark their favorites, and then I create custom accordion albums, lay flat albums, wall art, whatever.
Yes, yeah. I love this. So was this a pinup session?
It was a pinup session. Wow. That is with my dear friend Tiffany, and this actually was on the cover of a pinup magazine. So it was my first pinup cover.
I totally love that. That is so fantastic. Well, talking about covers,
yes,
we can't ignore that our friends at Montrose Living, wink, wink. So Cyllia also photographed this amazing cover, which won most. Oh my gosh, I'm losing the word.
Most bestest.
Yes, in December, this was the best cover in all of Best Version Media. Captivating cover, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So best captivating cover with Best Version Media. And we have thousands of these magazines around the country with different area. So this is just a phenomenal cover. We all know Mrs. Claus.
Yes.
Yes, tell us more.
So I have been volunteering with the Miss Claus for a Cause organization for a few years now. It just started out as taking some Santa photos and some event photos a few years ago, and it's been incredible just to watch it evolve. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see where things go. We do have an event coming up. Was it May 6th? Yeah, May 6th, we're doing a prom event, and I'm going to be taking prom photos. I'm so excited about that. I actually didn't get to go to prom. So I've done prom photos for ECC before, and I've met some incredible people through that organization as well.
And I love that we have your full profile here in Montrose Living, and I believe you took these as well.
I did.
That right?
Yes.
And so at the event, as you volunteer with Mrs. Claus, Cyllia always offers the photos and to take photos, which is phenomenal. So May 6th, prom with Miss Claus. You can buy tables, which actually I had a promo code. I should have brought it. But I'm sure if you reach out to Mrs. Claus on Facebook and ask her for the promo code, it won't last, but there is a discount on the tables right now, and it's a killer deal, even as a present to somebody else. It's adult only, Mrs. Claus for a Cause on May 6th.
Yes.
Lots of shameless plug today. I love it.
I know. We have a bunch of those.
All right, so I'm going to let you talk about this before I show it.
Okay. So I am inspired by so many things, other photographers, and, you know, we all can try to create our own versions of those things. So I've always loved water. I actually have a fear of drowning, but I love water. So I wanted to create something that looked a little underwater-ish. And so I have the best clients, first of all, that they give me creative freedom to, I don't know, just make masterpieces.
This is so different, right,
Yes.
than anything I've seen before. And I really love the way, this is just so different. And the way the water is almost solid on this photo. It looks like it could be, I don't know.
It's not water.
Oh, what is it?
It's Mylar.
It is so cool.
Thank
you. So,
I
everyone.
just exposed a secret. Darn it.
I love it. I think it looks so good.
I do things like this quite often, sometimes just for fun. But again, I feel like I'm at a point where people come to me for that creativity. And that's why it's so good to stay true to yourself. Because we had this conversation not long ago, because I've had some push and pull of how I wanted to express myself in my art. And you had mentioned not to show people what you think they want to see, but just show them what you love.
Yes.
And
well, you're
I've
the
tried to
expert.
do that.
And you're the creative mind.
Right.
So I remember us having that conversation on, well, I feel like people want to be running on the field like, what did you say? The Sound of Music.
Yeah.
Yes.
Frolicking.
So it's all like this. But if you have, as you get to know them and you're doing these consultations, when you have these ideas, I remember the one with her hair just disappearing, and it's just such a creative way that they're not creative and they're not photographers, most of them. And so I love, in my opinion, that you can bring that, because I'm not creative whatsoever. So I would never think of that. I would never think of this. I would never even think about, for me, boudoir is terrifying. I would love to do it, but I struggle.
You should. You absolutely should.
I know, we talked about it, but it's like I struggle with my body image. I struggle with attention on me, and it's something, that's why I always highlight other people. So I also ask Drew to do these videos, because then I don't have to post them, or I never do it.
Being being vulnerable these days is, I think it's really hard, because we all want to pretend, and sometimes social media just shows you the best of everything.
Oh my gosh.
And we all know, it's not all true. There's ups and downs in lives, and if we just constantly showcase the best, it just creates an unrealistic expectation for our marriages, for being parents, for our friendships. anything.
It's like, I want to
anything.
be traveling, or
Yeah.
I want a relationship like that. And I agree with you. I think it's pretty toxic. I try not to be on it too much. I think it's difficult because we have to for business. I mean, this is on social media, and we have to really do it in a way that is not toxic. And I do think that the more we share vulnerability, so thank you, but ourselves, and for me to know that you've felt comfortable to share with me enough today that you're a survivor is huge, because the more we can share, the more we can raise awareness, and the more we can be ourselves all the time.
Right.
And it doesn't mean that it carries us and it defines us. That's what I like to make a difference, is that it doesn't define us, but it happened to us. So I think it's phenomenal. So thank you for all the work that you do.
Yeah, thank you. In the vulnerability aspect, when I was talking to my husband about doing this interview and how I wanted to approach it, there are some things that he didn't even know. So hiding those things from the people that you love and that love you, I mean, it just kind of builds up. But I feel so much release from telling the person who loves me the most all of those deep, dark secrets. And he doesn't love me any less.
No.
And so.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take a couple deep breaths here.
It's okay. We're
I'm totally distracted now. I don't know what to say.
We're going to go to our booths, and we're going to go meet people and network and make some new connections.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. What's next for you? Tell me more about, I know you do in studio, but I know that you don't just do in studio. So I want to narrow that down before we go.
Right.
Just so people know the depth of your work and how much you actually do. We show a few showcase of your work, but tell me more about what do you like to do best? What do you like to photograph best?
Well, first I'll start with the studio aspect. I am closing my current studio space, but I do have other studio spaces that are available to me because I can do on location. I can come to people's offices, or I can come to their home. And then I would say my favorite thing to photograph is women, the everyday woman. We all have a story to tell, and I would love to be able to tell that and show them their true beauty. Just, how we all see them. Just empowering, encouraging, and uplifting. And I would absolutely love to have you in front of my camera sometime, just so I can help you see your beauty, because you are incredible and you are such a gift to our community, and I'm so blessed to know you. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
See, now I don't know what to say. I would love that. I don't know that I'll be brave enough, but I'll work on it.
We'll work on that. Yes, we will.
Yes, and if we do, we'll post some photos. We'll let you know if Delphine was brave enough to do it. Thank you for the offer.
Just a headshot.
Just like this. Or
we could go Vogue.
Oh, I can just do like a day in the life of Delphine, and you just follow me.
I could do that.
Because that I can do. I like posing, or like put your chin up and your hair like that.
I direct. Nobody knows what to do with their hands. Even here right now, I'm like rubbing my hands. Sometimes we just don't know what looks best on us, and that's where I come in.
Yes. Yeah. To tell us how we look best. So if you need photos, whether it's an amazing accordion, let me grab this back because I love this thing so much. Whether it's this, or portraits, or businesses, and you want your team to be photographed, Cyllia has amazing ideas. Make sure you contact her. How do we get a hold of you?
Cyllia Lynn Photography, CYLLIALYNN photography.com, or 970-275-0076.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I'm Delphine, and today was the Real Talk with Delphine. Make sure that if you like the video and you like what we talk about, you like or subscribe. It depends on the channel that you're watching this on. Share it with your friends if it helped you. If you have survivors in your family, please share it and come on Saturday, April 22nd with Faultless. Meet at 2 p.m. at Mosaic, and we can't wait to see you all. Thanks so much.
Thanks. Bye.